Hey, my name is Vic. I'm deaf and I talk about sign languages. Apologies for the voice and the robe. I'm a little under the weather. So one of my viewers suggested that I do a video where I slow down a bit on the signs I'm demonstrating. And it's a good point because in the short, I demonstrate things quite quickly. So the purpose of this video, yeah, if you're learning Irish Sign Language, it'll help with the signs that I've shown so far, and I'm going to show some extra ones as well. But if you're learning any sign language, it might also help you with kind of orienting yourself in these ideas of location and movement that are so important in sign language. So to start off, this is my dominant hand, this is my weak hand. So this is my dominant side, this is my weak side, and I'll be referring to those as I go through. So we're starting off with A. That's Irish Sign Language. It's also in American Sign Language and French Sign Language, but I'm doing Irish Sign Language. So this is A. And the signs we had were aunt. You'll notice the thumb goes from the weak side to the dominant side when you're signing aunt. So it's like that. A lot of the sort of further out family are signed in that way. You're going to learn cousin and uncle also signing from weak to dominant. And that is important to remember, that weak side, dominant side. The next sign we had was meet, and that's two A's, thumbs up. They come together in front of you like that. Meet, meet. Now you can change that to meeting. The meeting has this movement, this roll to it. That's important. Hi, how are you? If you want to know more about the dogs, I actually posted a short about them today. I'll link to that below. The next one we had was agree. And agree, the thumbs are pointing towards each other, and you move them down once. Agree. Now you'll notice on the news that this is also used for things like contract or agreement, like between two countries. So it's quite a versatile sign. Next we had army. I don't know why I chose army as one of the signs, but it's two A's, the dominant hand at the top, weak hand at the bottom, and they hit the chest on the weak side, army, army. And it generally hits once, so it's not a bounce, army. Then we had day. So in this case, the weak hand is just flat, palm towards your chest, and the dominant hand comes down the back of it, day. And that's used in today or on this day. So there's variations or sort of phrases it can come into. You could say 3 days ago. Now, when there's yesterday. Yesterday is with an A, thumb, nail backwards, and it's on the dominant side of your face. So it's yesterday, yesterday, yesterday. I promised some new ones as well. So we have agree like that. And if we have them like this, and we go like this, so twice up and down, that's court, as in a legal court. A simple one that's just like giving a thumbs up is able. Able, as in, are you able to do it? Okay, moving on to B, which again, Irish Sign Language, American Sign Language, and French Sign Language all use B in this same form, with the thumb across, all the fingers raised. And we had B for with, dominant hand in front, weak hand behind, dominant hand moves back, with. You will also see some people just, the thumb a bit more lazy in that one, where it's kind of in the middle and it goes like that, with. You have brother, brother. It's about rib height. Before, so the dominant hand goes over the weak hand before. Weak hand like that, and the dominant hand goes in, a little wiggle between. And start with dominant and weak hand facing you, and then go like that. Brave, brave. So you're showing them out. This is very similar to show, show. Just the position of the just the position of the thumbs is different. Of course, we have book, you're just minding a book. And then we have library. Put your weak hand up and then the dominant hand comes across like books standing on a shelf. 1, 2, 3, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. Signs like that can vary in number in Irish Sign Language. Now, I've seen it done where it's just library when the context is clear, or maybe someone signing one-handed, they just have the dominant hand coming across. Okay, C. Again, Irish Sign Language, American, French, all share the same C, like that. And there's a little controversy about this, C and C. So this is big C, this is little c. Some people in the deaf community don't like referring to this as little c. They have a different name for it. And that's fine. That's, it's the deaf community. We should listen to them. But my deaf teachers refer to this as little c and big C. Maybe that's for the benefit of someone who used to be hearing or who doesn't have language deprivation. I don't know, but that's the way it's done. Okay, with big C, we have cousin. Cousin. Again, you're going dominant side to weak side. Search for or look for. So over the dominant I, at least 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Cinema, again, on the dominant I, so quite a close, sort of similarity. And you bounce it twice. Cinema, cinema. Gives that sense of the cine camera, I guess. Child, child. Beak and dominant hand on top. One movement down, child. Now you can add a rock to this, suggest a younger child. There's a few different kind of variations. Culture. So weak hand, index finger extended, all fingers closed, and the dominant hand comes around. Culture. Culture. So it starts behind and moves to the front. Culture. New words. There's Christmas or Xmas. So 1, 2 near the side of the head. Notice the difference. Search for Christmas. And care, as if you're holding a child, 2 C's pointing towards you on the weak side. Care, care. And that's caring for someone. With small c, we had over the dominant I, start there, and you're going to end flat, check, check. And then there was camera or camera, quite a simple one. And consider, again, dominant side. 2 movements, 1, 2, consider, consider. And expression does a lot when you're doing consider. Another one would be card, as in like a payment card or a credit card. Card. Okay, that brings us to D. Remember, there should be a little bit of space in there. D. Again, Irish Sign Language, American, French, all share the same letter D. A lot of commonality. But the signs will be different. So with this one we have now weak hand, wrist up, dominant hand, wrist up. Daughter, hits twice, daughter, daughter. And the difference is if I twist them so the wrist bones are going to connect, it becomes dad, dad. That's an important distinction. So there's a good example of how orientation really matters. We had 2 signs for deaf, either touching the dominant ear and then the mouth, deaf, deaf, or simply touching the dominant ear, deaf. Going from the dominant side of your forehead, kind of close to the temple, onto the flat palm of your weak hand, decide, decide. And then with this side against here, alarm, alarm. That could be any kind of alarm. Going from the dominant side of your chin out in one flick, tomorrow, tomorrow. Now, you put your weak hand, your dominant hand, and you push forward like that. Depend, depend. So index finger touching the knuckle, depend. That depends. I'll show with my face again some more detail. Weak hand like that, dominant hand behind it, develop, develop. Before we finish, there was drama, drama, juicy drama. Okay, now E, American and French Sign Language and Irish Sign Language always uses E, but I'm showing signs in Irish Sign Language. We have east. Notice it goes weak to dominant, east. Early, early. Now, early can actually go from out here, early, or from here, early. There's an emphasis that comes to the word early depending on how you're doing it. England and English, it's a movement right here, usually a little circle. Sometimes people just do a little back and forth. It's up here on the dominant side, England, English. With end, you have both hands in the E shape, dominant hand up, and you strike off the knuckles. End, end, end. So the weak hand stays without moving, the dominant hand moves down. End. Every, same position, but they start together and then they move out. Both of them moving every. Every. This could be every one, every time, everything. So there's lots of ways to use that. Two hands together, we get earth. Earth. Now this is not thinking about the globe, but rather the earth you're standing on, earth. And again, go similar to decide, you're going from here just by the temple on the dominant side, expect. So it goes out like that. You can expect something or not expect something. With your weak hand in a D shape, your dominant hand in an E shape, you can go enough. It goes back and forth, so it goes up and down, enough, enough. And weak hand flat, dominant hand in an E shape, and this is a nice one, exact, or exactly, and a nice smack, exact. Okay, now we get on to one that is in Irish Sign Language, but not in American or French Sign Language, and that's the F, the way we do the F. So all the fingers are splayed, and these make a little cross, F. Practice that one, because it's really hard to do. Hi, where are you from? Hello, what's up? It's not feeding time yet. Stop disturbing me. Thank you. From. So you start with the F pointing towards you, and you go from, like that. To weak hand in a fist, dominant hand in the F shape, and it crashes over as four. The handy one as well. I'm fine. So again, it's pointing towards you, but this time not from the weak side to the dominant side, pointing towards you on the dominant side, and it just goes across. Fine. I'm fine. This is fine. Okay, now the ones in the middle. So you're going to have three that sort of start like this. There's coffee, where the weak hand doesn't move, and the dominant hand grinds on top of it, like you're grinding the coffee. Coffee, twice. You have family, where they both move in a circle, but the connection stays. Twice again, family, 1, 2. And then you have father. Similarly to dad, you're bouncing that bone, wrist bone, off the other one. Father, twice, father. Okay. Then we have down the weak side of the face, false, fake, fiction. Now, all of these will need some context because there's little differences between them, but once you have the context, it's an F, false, fake, fiction, once. On the dominant side of the face, you've got fun, which is once, and funny, which is twice. Fun and funny. So that's a handy difference to know. Two more, again, very similar. Starting at shoulder level. Starting level, so these fingers are pointing out. On the dominant side, and you go if. If. The short movement. And contrast that to the one which starts low, and it's going to end where if begins, and it's find, find, find. Moving on to G, which in American and French Sign Language, this is F, but in Irish Sign Language, this is G. And you start to see the differences become really important. Okay, dominant hand to weak shoulder, good. So if you are you know, kind of saying something is good. You can add emphasis to that, really good or not good, different ways like that. Great and perfect can be done with one or two. Usually you'll see great with one or two and perfect with two, but you start down, hi, Nina. It's not feeding time. Stop it. Stop it. It's all okay. Yes, I know. You go great or perfect, which is kind of an instinctive sign. It kind of feels familiar. And you can do it with one, you can do great. So with garden, ideally you start palms up about here, and then you do two circles inwards, garden, garden. Now, some people will sign garden. It's not as good. It's also, there's some kind of implication there of constraint. This feels more like a proper garden, garden. Another one, which can be this way or this way, is give. So give, give. So you're giving something, but I've also seen give, give. This seems more common with women, and this seems more common with men. Now notice with give, dominant hand going forward can also come towards you if someone else gives you something. Ignorance, dominant hand straight to the middle of forehead, ignorance, and you can use your face to really add emphasis. Ignorance. We had as well group. And group starts with the G's together in front of the middle of the chest. They both move together till the pinkies touch. Group, group. You're going to see this in a lot of signs because there's also community, world, society. So there's lots of signs like that that have that same movement in Irish Sign Language. It's kind of a useful one. And this is a tricky one. So older people will often sign government. Weak hand is flat. The dominant hand goes government, government. But on the news, you'll also see G pointing towards the chest, government, government. And a sign we haven't done yet, T, government, government. This illustrates something that I was talking about, how Irish Sign Language can have a lot of variety across region, gender, and so on. On adding a new sign, put those G's together, flatten them just a bit, and do that, and you have game, game. Addie's getting in on the act. Yes, I know. It is still half an hour. There's still time. Yes, there is. Okay, and we're finishing off with H or H, 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 depending what's comfortable for you. Going from the middle of the forehead, we have hope. Again, something connected with thinking, like decide, expect. We have hope. It's going to help like that, hope. Help, starting in kind of the father or the dad position and mother position also, goes help, help. Heavy. So both hands at the same time. Are you going to help me use your heavy paw? And they move down, heavy, heavy. And with your face and body, you can indicate how heavy they are. This dog has such heavy troubles today. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Okay, good boy. Girl, actually. Not that she cares really. Gender markers. And I have a couple that are in a similar orientation. And the first of those, hands like this, and you go health, health, health. Moving forward together, health. Similar orientation you have, holiday, holiday. Now I've also seen holiday as sort of going up and having that twist, but again, variations. Now two that are on the chest, we have human, so straight down, human, human. But then coming up, and you do this twice, human is once, this is twice, happy, happy. So it strikes the chest twice, going up, happy, like that. And of course, you need to show with your face whether you're happy or you're not happy about something. And our last one, H to the dominant ear, ear, ear. I hope this video helps with showing the orientation, the movement, the location in a bit more detail. I'll do these every sort of few letters, and they'll sort of be a collected item with more detail. And hopefully that's useful. Okay, that's all for this time. And next time, hopefully I won't be sick. My voice won't sound so gravelly, and I won't be in a robe. A bit strange. Okay, bye.